Welcome to DJ TV.
Make una come hear the speech make former President Obasanjo talk about Naija since independence.
My correct people, we greet una. Welcome una to DJ TV, una WhatsApp channel wey dey sama una with ogbonge updates, breaking news, updated updates. So abeg my people, if you never subscribe to our YouTube channel, make una rush now, make una go subscribe o, and also turn on that notification bell so that anytime we be like say we drop any update like this, una go dey notified gbanga. Our Facebook page, my people, make una follow us and make una dey like. Una do well. Anyway, my people, make we quickly run enter the tori and update we will carry come for una like this.
Yes, so my people, we don come again with another update like this. So the former president of Nigeria, wey dey call Olusegun Obasanjo, he don come out again come give another update concerning Naija o. Una know say before election and everything for inside this country Naija, so Obasanjo dey work hand in hand, dey run up and down to make sure say Nigeria no make another mistake again to elect their leaders. So my people, right now he don come out now, he don come talk concerning the whole economic crisis for Naija, problem, everything for Naija wey dey happen. According to wetin he talk say ever since independence say Nigeria don fail to meet up expectations since independence, and this one no be better thing for Naija. Anyway, my people, I no go too talk o, I go play una the video na make una hear from Obasanjo himself and hear all wetin he talk for this speech wey he give, so make una watch.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me start by thanking and commending Olusegun Aganga. One, for inviting me to deliver the keynote speech at today's official unveiling of his book, Reclaiming the Jewel of Africa. And two, I commend him for the understanding he displays on almost every page of the book. I agree to a large extent with Segun on the views he expressed in this book. Why should we agree to a great extent? Obviously, not because we bear the same first name, Olusegun, and we do not share the same profession or the same training background. He went for soft training, and I went for hard one, shoot to kill. But whether we have soft or hard training background, if we are development persons, our views in some essential areas must coincide or be in tandem. In a way, I must also, to some extent, accept responsibility for this book, because as Segun points out in the book, it comes partly out of his experience and exposure in government under President Goodluck Jonathan. I take substantial responsibility for drafting Segun into the noble project Nigeria, which I did midway into my incarnation as leader of Nigeria between 1999 and 2007. I first met Segun while he was the managing director of Goldman Sachs in London, a very important position in the financial world. He was part of the bank's delegation that visited me in Abuja between 2004 and 2005 or thereabouts. Both of us connected quite naturally when he was introduced as Segun, but more importantly, because I was highly impressed with his contributions during our discussions. I challenged Segun, who was a diasporan, to get more involved from his base in London in our nation-building efforts here in Nigeria. I am pleased to indicate that my call considerably inspired Segun to establish the Nigeria Leadership Initiative, NLI, that was registered in the United Kingdom in 2006. NLI's mission is to create a growing global network of credible, accomplished, community-inspired Nigerian leaders committed to taking responsibility for driving positive change in Nigeria and Nigerian communities. Because of its lofty objectives, NLI attracted the support of many global and international organizations, including the World Bank, which mandated NLI to replicate the initiative in Rwanda. Our administration also invited NLI to conduct a program for members of the government in April 2006. This background explains why in 2010 I gently hinted to then President Jonathan of the need for him to appoint Shegun as his financial minister. Not only was Shegun appointed Minister of Finance, he was also appointed Chairman of Economic Management Team. Shegun was later appointed the Pioneer Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, MITI. I did not feel let down by Shegun's performance in the two portfolios that were assigned to him. I remain proud of him for his performance. Let me make a point here. I always look in and look out for men and women of intelligence, track record of performance, ability, love of Nigeria, humanity, and love and fear of God, and courage with humility and integrity to serve Nigeria. None of them is perfect, nor a saint, but all those that I have so recruited, particularly from the diaspora, have performed creditably well in government. Shegun Aganga is one of them. So is Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, Leslie Obiora, Akin Adesina, Rewanu Lukman, and Bayo Ogunlesi. There are others who secured international appointments after their services at the national level under my watch. Among such distinguished ones are Amina Mohammed, Babatunde Oshotime, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, Obi Ezekwesili, and Akin Adesina after he had initially been encouraged by me to serve at home. The point I'm making is that we have both at home and in the diaspora Nigerians who have attained world and best standard in their character, professions, attributes, performance, and reputation in all walks of life. With such men and women, why are we underperforming at home? I will come to this later. For now, I say without equivocation that Olusegun Aganga stands out as one of the best in these categories of best performance, home and away. Since this book will be reviewed by the reviewer, and since the author will of course talk a bit about the book when he speaks to us, I will not preempt them. But judging from the reading of substantial part of the book and part of the review of the book, it is a timely and a relevant book for Nigeria, coming out of practical experience, exposure, professional understanding, and interaction. Yes, Nigeria is a potential jewel of Africa, if you want to put it that way, but we have never attained that position. Can you reclaim what you have never had or attained? Here I have my first minor disagreement with Shegun on this book. It is not in terms of the content, which I will come to later, but in terms of the title. Should it be reclaiming or claiming the jewel of Africa? If we have not reached there, which we have not, our first assignment is to reach there. Not long ago, I decided to have on record the experiences of some of Nigerian ambassadors from independence to date. One of the first sets of ambassadors, Ambassador Ogunsulure, during the interview, recollected that at the first meeting of the United Nations General Assembly, attended by Prime Minister Tafawa Balewa, for the admission of Nigeria as a member of the United Nations on October 7, 1960, Nigeria was referred to as giant in the sun. As at that time, the expectation of Africa and the rest of the world was for Nigeria to be a giant in the world. But over the past 63 years, we have not lived up to expectation. We have disappointed ourselves. We have disappointed Africa. We have disappointed the black race. And we have disappointed the world. What Shegun has tried to identify, itemize, and recommend in this book is the way forward. At the beginning of charting a new course for ourselves is to admit our failure, because we have not always put the round peg in the round hole. We are carried along by ego and emotion of self, selfishness, and self-centeredness, ethnic and religious jingoism, with total lack of understanding of the world we live in and gross misunderstanding of what development entails and how to move fast and continuously on the trajectory of development. In these connections, let me identify two of the major issues which are interrelated on the factors for all-round development. These are peace and security, which we cannot achieve without justice, equity, and inclusive society. And telling ourselves the truth, we have not done well on this course in the recent past, in the last decade and a half. And we also point at the issue of education, where over 20 million children that should be in school are not in school. We do not need an oracle to tell us the consequences of that for tomorrow. The skill acquisition, empowerment, and employment of youth who seem to be ignored or not to be appreciated. We do not need to look far for the remote causes of banditry, Boko Haram, kidnapping, and other organized crimes. We are living dangerously on the keg of gunpowder, driving more people into poverty through good policies poorly and thoughtlessly implemented, or bad policies and no policy at all. Our population is made up of men and women almost on equal numbers. We have not given enough appropriate and adequate attention to all aspects of preparing women for all-round development programs for a community, a state, a nation, or even the continent of Africa and the whole world. If we fail to get all hands on deck, we will be diminished in all our instruments and capacity for development. Women have an important role to play on the development agenda. The other point, other than in the title of the book, where I will again, in a small way, disagree with Shegun in his book, is on the issue of leadership. Adequate emphasis is not placed on leadership as a crucial and critical defining and decisive factor in determining the shape, form, direction, speed, content, and trajectory of development for any human organization, and especially for a nation like Nigeria. If you ask most of our leaders why they want to be in the position they are craving for, you will weep for your nation over their level of emptiness as far as development issues are concerned. What do they understand for peace, security, stability, predictability, development, growth, and progress to be actualized? I believe that peace, security, democracy, and prosperity must be taken together. Any leader that fails to understand any of these and fails to bring them together to deliver good governance for the welfare and well-being of the people, all the people, cannot contribute anything significant for claiming Nigeria as a jewel of Africa, let alone the jewel of Africa, and definitely will be far from contributing to Nigeria being the giant in the sun. In addition, or complementary to the issue of leadership is that of consistency and continuity of policies. We are never short of policies. And when you look into the archive, we have policies since independence that are still substantially relevant today. Policy is not much of our problem. Its implementation and sustainability are the problems. With almost every new administration in Nigeria, you will hear for the first time ever as if Nigeria is just created by them. There's no humility and understanding to know what have existed, how they have worked or not worked, what lesson to learn. Rather, it is usually a blanket condemnation, disapproval, or covering up of achievement of others in the past. We cannot build cumulatively on an edifice if we keep removing bricks that others put in place in the past. Reforms, yes. Total dismantling is destructive and retrogressive. Leadership is the key to unlock and remove any impediment to Nigeria's attainment of its divine stature and status and being kept a Lilliputian. With leadership issues resolved in terms of character, attributes, value, virtue, orientation, performance, and love of humanity, with love and fear of God, all other things will be given in terms of achievement, and Nigeria will become a giant in the sun. We then will move from potentiality to actuality. Added to continuity and consistency of policies with reforms must be headhunting for the best possible persons under transformational leader to do the job for the glory of Nigeria and all Nigerians. Once again, I congratulate you, Shegun, for making this highly impressive contribution to the body of knowledge on Nigeria's development annals. You are welcome to the League of Authors on Nigeria's development endeavors. I hope this will not be your last publication. I recommend this book to Nigeria's current leaders at national and subnational levels in all walks of life. The huge task of nation building demands a whole of the society approach. Those in the academia and researchers will also find the book quite useful, as it contains a lot of evidence-based facts and data. Thank you very much for your kind attention. May God bless you all and the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Yes, so my people, now the update wey we carry come from like this be this one. Now hear wetin former President Obasanjo talk for this one. The words of wisdom wey don drop to like this for our leaders and our former leaders there. Anyway, my people, how una say and as reason now, make una drop una comment so and make una no forget to like and share. DJ